Hello, gentlemen, and welcome back to Hotline 4 with the a word I can't say, Millennium. I can't say that word. Millennium. Millennium. That's it. Millennium. Millennium. Yes. I've already got one coming up, but I want to do another one because I have found something which I think is going to be absolute banter. I'm going to banter you off with this banter. We're playing as United Kingdom. Leader is David Cameron, but I think you've already seen the thumbnail artwork. Lizzie! Queen Lizzie is about. She goes to the National Unity, member of the European Union. How the fuck do we get out of that? United Nations Security Council member, lovely. But yes, we'll be selecting United Kingdom because, yes, brief history, they have no history. It's probably the liberals there saying white people can't have history and culture. It's fucking liberals. We're playing regular, all that shit. Save and play. It's all good. Now, in case you haven't guessed by the thumbnail image, I am going to be attempting to change the government of the United Kingdom. If you are familiar with the man in the imagery, that is Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage is a hero of the British people, and yeah, he is leader of the UKIP party. Party ideology is reactionary. They're currently at 12%. Our next election is in 3 years. So we sort of have to hurry up and get these guys more in the power bit. The Conservatives currently at 37%, which is the majority. The Labour, the Social Democrats at 30. Liberal Democrats. I hate the word liberal. Liberal, get lost. But yes, all these up here we have the Progressive Movement, which has very regressive policies. The Democratic Socialists, I'm not even sure what that is, to be honest. Islamist Party, yes. Who actually, Aldrim Chaudhry, whatever his stupid name is, that wanker who preaches hate for the West and recruits people for ISIS, he got arrested, like, yesterday, for me. It's probably a couple of days ago by the time this is uploaded. So maybe this party should have a decline in power now that he's not on the streets. I don't know. The BNP, these are the white skinheads, what you could call the Nazis. These are the people who liberals confuse with UKIP. They think that UKIP is BNP, but it's actually they're actually both different things. The BNP is legitimately a racist party, whilst UKIP is just a United Kingdom independence. It just doesn't like the EU, which is primarily white people. So I don't know where race comes into that. But yes, we want to be getting UKIP as the leading party here. Now, the way I'm going to do this, we're going to take the political focus right up. We're going to get 100 political power, which is a lot. Now, use that political power to hire someone. Now, this game has UKIP here, leader Nigel Farage, listed as a reactionary, which means we're going to want a reactionary constitutional guy. They call him David Collin. But it's crazy with these names. I don't know if the mod maker can do something about this, but the radical Islam preacher is Zachary Churchill. You know, it would be so hilarious if you put Chowdhury as the radical Islam preacher, because that is legitimately who he is. The fascist black shirts, yes. I thought they were brown shirts, the fascists. Or was that just Hitler? Anyway, so we're going to be saving up to get David Collin on board. Because this man, David Cameron, I actually, to be honest with you, non-acting at the moment, to completely honest, I like David Cameron. The reason I like David Cameron is because he's the 5th cousin of the Queen. He has royal blood. Now, I like that a leader is part royalty. I like that. I think that is great. I like royalty. Royalty is great. If somebody has a birthright to take over a place and they have a legitimate heir who's going to take over, the nation directly benefits them. So they are going to do what's in the country's best interest because that's also in their best interest. Whereas a political party does what's in the political party's best interest to get elected straight after, which isn't necessarily in the country's best interest long term. And that's just what it is. But yes, let's start off with this research. I want better guns, because guns are used for shooting, and primarily this is a military game, so go through and select some better guns. Now we do have factories. If I were to create troops, I'd probably do, what's an engineer brigade? Oh, it's just a bit basic. Infantry brigade, sort of come with all the vehicles and such. There's more vehicles and such. I think I'll be going for. Yeah, I think I'll just be going for an engineer brigade here. So we need infantry, guns, and artillery. So if I start to, in fact, let's just see how many factories I have. I have 11 factories, yes. So I do need to build guns. We'll build some of these things as well, yes. And we need some artillery. So let me go ahead and select some artillery. As all of these under use. I would like a navy. I do enjoy navies. Navies are terrific. Submarines, yes. Level 2 submarines is not perhaps the best. Are we going to want these to go... Wow. Go Portsmouth. I believe that's Portsmouth. Yeah, just east of the Isle of Wight there. That is Portsmouth. I want to go to Sussex. Right, my army though, I don't know what to do with it. So let's actually start this timer. This is going to be quite a long deal if I want to go over to the unlock Based Nigel Farage. No. Yeah, we need this tungsten. Everyone seems to be exporting their shit. How do I... So I can buy it from the US, okay. Oh right, I see. I was ready for it. I've not played much while I have gone to Canada, whatever the country's called. So I am a bit rusty, but what I do understand is that I need military factories if I'm to build more military stuff, because that is just simple basic logic. Simple basic logic, yes indeed. Let's get this shit going. Now, do you have Northern Ireland cores? No, but you do have Irish cores. You have Scottish cores. And you have Welsh cores. There is also Brittany cores down here, which I am a fan of. I believe that Brittany, with its different culture and ethnic history of being different to the French, should be an independent nation in this day and age. But yes, Andorra does exist. I didn't see it on my Russian campaign when I first loaded on. People did point out that there was a star. The reason was I was looking around here. This is where it was in my brain. Here. But it's actually there. I don't know the history behind Andorra. I know the history behind Liechtenstein, where it was a wealthy man who wanted to be part of the von Habsburg court, but he needed to be a prince, so he bought land from the von Habsburgs, made himself a prince of this principality down here. House of Liechtenstein, which is the... they're pretty cool. But they don't have... Yes, they do have San Marino, the oldest republic in the entire world, I believe, San Marino. Despite its tiny size, San Marino is actually legitimately the oldest republic in the world. They were released from the... Was it the Roman Empire or something? But what I do remember is that... Did Adolf Hitler promise them... No. Somebody who invaded Italy promised San Marino more lands. They promised them expansion. Like, hey, San Marino, you can grow. I don't remember who it was. I don't want to say Adolf Hitler because that doesn't really make sense to me, seeing as they were allies with these Italians. But there was someone who promised them more land. There was also the Vatican down here with a population of 854. I wonder if you could legitimately make an army out of that. What if they actually have manpower, like 10 guys or whatever? The recruitable population, even on Disarmed Nation, is 0.10%. What is 0.10% of that many is? I mean, 1% would be 8. So 10% of 8 would be 0.8 guys. So maybe there is 1. Maybe it rounds up to 1 manpower. You could legitimately build the gun to arm him and then... But would it be enough to actually release? Oh, I actually forgot to start this as well. Yeah, let's just build a few more of these thingy-majiggies. Excellent. So we are building supplies if I were to arm more men, which I'm going to select just so I know what sort of situation we're in. I'll actually use up all the manpower here, just so I know I have something to aim for. We can see here how much I need. Mainly it's guns. The guns will take me approximately 95 days to get. The artillery will take me approximately 300 odd, whilst the support equipment will take me again 300 odd, which shows me that I need less factories on guns and more on the other things in order to get them produced. So I will fall back one of these, put them over there, and stuff like that. So what other minor nations are there that I missed my first time around? Malta. I have a multi-subscriber, don't I, Techno? Yes, Techno from the multiplayers is from Malta there. Is there anyone around here which is small? No. I've seen the, is it Circassian they call it? Circassian nations around here? There's a few miners over there who are breakaway nations, as I've been educated by my viewers on the Russian campaign. If you haven't watched it, I do have a co-running Russian campaign in Modern Timeline where I play as Vladimir Putin himself and get up to all kinds of no good. Yes, once this is done, UKIP will be on the rise. Nigel Farage, who isn't actually the leader of UKIP anymore, he stood down. People tried to put it down to he stood down because somehow he lied about Brexit or some shit. He made false promises which legitimately he could not press because he was never going to be in power, because it's not how British politics work. But he actually resigned after the UK general elections nearly a year before, but the board of UKIP blocked it because they wanted him to throw in his support for the EU referendum, which he did. He's now fulfilled that promise and he has retired a happy man. But that's what the media will spin things both ways. If it was the other way around, everything spun by whatever party, it's just what the media does, they spin things. But if you actually take the time to look into what is happening legitimately, you'll see that the world is quite different to what the news articles would have you believe, especially surrounding political agendas such as the EU referendum. Personally, I supported the EU referendum. I'm against globalization of nations. I believe in separatism, or whatever, would that be the right word to say? I believe that nations with diverse backgrounds and such should be independent, such as Brittany down here. Catalonia, I believe, should be independent. Venice region over here, I believe they should have a chance of independence. Bavaria around here, their political movements that's wanted independence, I support that as well. Texas, I support the Texan independent movements because Texans do seem a lot different when I've met them in person to the rest of the US. They believe that they can support themselves economically, so why not give them a go? But then that brings issues to countries like, you see, the UK, where it is several countries within a country. I still support that, despite being against stuff like the EU, so it's not everything's all black and white when it comes to politics. Right, you'll be going over to the UK fleet. You'll be going over to the UK fleet. But it said there was a second... Yes. Maybe if I had two fleets, those guys around here and you guys trolling the north, so to speak. So I guess one bunch of factories producing guys for one side of the map, whilst another goes for the other fleet. So yeah, they should be producing gnats relatively nice. Super Cats, Wildcats. Okay, what is a Super Cat? Wildcat. Is it a plane? It doesn't look like a plane. It doesn't sound like a plane. Southampton class. I went to Southampton recently. It's very but there's not actually much there. I shouldn't really make false promises in case people go there based on my words. Very influential as a YouTuber. I can influence your lives. Yes. Nah, probably not. I don't know. What if the words I speak, the random crap I talk on YouTube has legitimately altered someone's life? Maybe they have done something based on what I say. I don't know. Maybe. Has this mod been updated since I played it yesterday? It does not appear. It does not appear so, but the way these flags get a bit messed up is a little bit annoying, but it's not a major issue. France having a major army is an issue, but how do I get out of this bloody EU? Yes, political focus has been gained, but we just don't quite have enough power. We need 150, we only have 145 to get the guys into power. So what we'll do is this. Try to get a bit more political power to get the Based Nigel on the move. But soon enough, in a few days, we'll be able to get Nigel's mate doing his support and such. We have quite an army coming out. How many men do we have? Maybe if I went for a whole 24 divisions of something or other, I don't know what exactly, but that's 15. So what if I went for other stuff as well, like armored brigades and such? problem is the lack of staff to protect it. Marine brigades? Nah, screw that. Infantry divisions cannot be trained. Infantry brigades. And maybe I'll just get a whole 24 load of these guys. We're actually out of manpower now. So maybe we'll chill out on these guys here and we'll just let these fellows do their training and their armings and such. Supercat Wildcat, that's what it is. It is a Supercat Wildcat. I'm assuming that's from attrition on one of these other things around here. Supercat Wildcat. So that is this. This is a Supercat Wildcat. We need 5, so we'll produce a few less guns while we produce these over the next month. But that means I'll need a bit more rubber. So, Indonesia. We'll not get our rubber from anywhere else. We'll just go to Indonesia. Just why else? What is wrong with Indonesia? Nothing's wrong. I've never heard anything wrong with Indonesia. Indonesia's pretty cool, are they not? Very highly densely populated. 144 million people on that one in particular island. It is a part of Australia. Oh, that's excellent. 42 people. All that land, 42 people. Have they got like the sub-Arctic islands on or something? Whoa, 96 people there. Is that the legitimate size of it? Because if that is the legitimate size of it, that is there's not many people per land at all, but yeah, because if you look at like the Vatican City, that is a see, 500,000 people on that island. Even fucking more of the bastards there. Yeah, the subarctic isle. Is it this one? Is it South Georgia? Which 4chan used to script petition sign-ups, and this one island of 30 people ended up having like 3,000 sign-ups or something ridiculous. That was funny. Well done, 4chan users, you are some banter sometimes. No, I've got all the factories sorted, and I have neglected the recruitment of a Lord David Collin. Reactionary democracy is on the move, which shows that Nigel Farage is going to be gaining daily support for his thing. It's very, very slow. It'll take a very long time, but hopefully he'll be able to get something done before then. Now, I've only seen this election twice, and both times Donald Trump has come out victorious. So it'll be interesting to see if Donald Trump wins again. Maybe it is scripted by the mod maker. Maybe the mod maker is a absolute bit of banter. From what I've spoken to him about, he is a bit banter, which is great. Nothing wrong with a bit of banter. Banter is rather funny. I could leave the NATO, but could I leave the EU? How do I do it? Modern support weapons, red laser size, red dot size. Let me just sort out this extra stuff. Now I want to go for production, primarily, because production is good. Factory outputs and production efficiency, retention, and what's that? Where's construction? Construction speed, yes. But anyway, that'll do for this first episode. Thank you for watching. I'm not sure what I'm even calling this series, but maybe it's Quest for Farage or something. But yes, one day I'm sure we'll get the legitimacy over UKIP to fire them into power, but that would not be this episode. It'll probably be a few episodes time. I'll see you guys next time. Come back and subscribe and watch a bit of a fun series. It's not a serious campaign. If you're taking this serious, then I'm afraid you might have particular issues. But I'll be seeing you guys next time. Thank you for watching again, and bye bye.